Hello captains, and welcome to my channel Justice Plays. So this is a bit of an update video for you all on my channel to let you know of videos to come, reason for an absence of videos in the past, and what's going on basically. It is October 4th that I am recording this video, and as you've probably noticed, I had taken a little bit of a break recently making new videos on my channel. There have not been any new Star Trek Online videos other than that comparison, that pretty cool comparison I did comparing the new mission layout in Star Trek Online with the upcoming update, Age of Discovery. Well, since then, and even before that actually, I have not been keeping pace or keeping up with my Romulan playthrough, and I know a lot of people have asked me about that. I'm not giving that character its due time. I'm not haven't produced new videos on that run or that playthrough, and also of course the continuing Gamma Quadrant stuff, doing the Cardassian missions on my Jem'Hadar character, and I have not really followed through on new videos. I have kind of taken a break. No big mystery or anything. Sometimes this happens, and you guys know how it is in an MMO. Sometimes you just feel like you have to take a little bit of a break. We had so much happen with the Gamma Quadrant Jem'Hadar update, and I covered, like, for that month, like an entire month, I had like more than one video every day, and it was really taxing on me. I did a lot of videos to cover the Gamma Quadrant update, and so I will do in the upcoming Age of Discovery update. But since that update, I did need to take just a little bit of a time off, a break on videos, so I hope you guys can understand, you know, what that's like, and the need to do that every now and then. It wasn't planned. I didn't plan to do it that way, or to kind of fall off and drop off, but it just happened. It's just one of those things that happened, and I actually took the time to do more things in the game in terms of catching my characters up on my own, because I have many other characters in the game besides the ones that I do videos on. And I need to, you know, catch them up on stuff, catch them up on missions, build them up, because sometimes some of them get very neglected over time. And if I don't just play the game for fun and try to work on them, they keep falling farther and farther behind. And this also will allow me to do more ship reviews in the future, because I use different characters for different ship reviews. And I need to get some of those characters up to a certain point that I can do those ship reviews. And this is one of those characters, in fact, I've been working on. That's why I wanted to show him to you here. This is the Valyard. And if you aren't familiar with this bridge layout, lo and behold, this is the Vengeance. This is the J.J. Abrams USS Vengeance starship that you get in this game. And it has a unique bridge, and it really kind of looks cool. I mean, yeah, it doesn't fit with the 23rd century, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, but it still looks cool on its own. I think it's a very cool bridge layout, and it has something that I think all bridges should have anyway, and that is a really big view screen. I don't like bridges that have tiny view screens. Never understood that. Never understood a tiny window or tiny view screen. If I'm on a bridge, I want to see all around me. Yes, I've got computer consoles that can display what's going on, but I want a real view. I want to see out a window. I want to see around me on the bridge. And the bridge window here is just window slash view screen is just enormous, and this is what I love. That it gives this feeling that you are flying through space. And anyway, just something I wanted to point out, because I will be doing a review of this ship in the future. I have been working on its build. That's one of the things I've also been doing off screen with the lack of videos recently, is I have been working on the builds for these ships, been working on upgrading my gear and in quality and mark level. Remember, we got a mark level increase with the last update. We went to Mark 15, so it takes a lot of resources and time for me to upgrade all my gear to Mark 15 and upgrade the mark level and the rarity of those items. So I wanted to get all that upgraded before I do the reviews of the ships. So I've just been spending time kind of doing that. I'm letting you know that I'm going to get back in on it because the Age of Discovery update is coming out October 9th in Star Trek Online. October 9th. And just as I covered the Gamma Quadrant update with the Jem'Hadar, I want to fully cover the Age of Discovery update. In my opinion, I think it's coming out a little too soon after the last update, but it is what it is. They want to align the show with the series Star Trek Discovery, and so that's what they're doing. It's quite obvious. And so the update is coming whether you like Star Trek Discovery or not. We are going to be bombarded with Discovery type stuff in Star Trek Online. That's just going to be a given. It's coming. And you can either like it or not like it, play it or not play it, but that's what we're getting in the game. And so since that's what we're getting, I will explore it. I'm going to cover everything that I can about it. We're getting apparently a new intro, a new playable, I guess it's a Federation faction kind of introduction or something. I'm not really sure how it's going to work out. You get Cadet Tilly. Is she a cadet or an ensign? I don't know what she is in the playthrough or what she's going to be, but Tilly from Discovery, if you have seen that, you will know who she is. She's going to be playing a big part of that. So we're going to have this whole new like intro to the game, so that will be something. I guess I'll have to create a new character to play that. Then there's going to be new missions that are associated with Discovery as well. I guess somehow it has to tie into the normal missioning of the game itself. I guess somehow you have to come into the 25th century. I don't know how that's going to work. We know how it works in the original series faction, and they did it quite interestingly, how they bring you into the future after you play those 23rd century missions. You kind of time travel into the future. But I wonder how they're going to work the Discovery stuff. That's going to be interesting. But rest assured, I will cover all of it. I will cover every single bit of it and make videos so you can see what it's all about and if it's something that you want to get into or play or not. Or if you don't want to get into it and you just want to watch my videos of it, then that will be there as well. And I'll give my opinion, of course, of it. We'll talk about it. Note that I have seen all of Star Trek Discovery up to this date, so I am familiar with what happened in the first season, although the first half of the season's a little kind of fading from my memory already, because I think I just want to write it off, you know, because I'm with the others that I really don't feel like it's Star Trek, and it deviates so much from what we know of the original series in that time period. Just too much. I mean, you can deviate a little bit, sure. You can, you know, have your own, you know, kind of take on the past in the future, in our present time. But they have taken it to the extreme, and they've taken it too far. They've jumped the shark with the changes to the timeline. It's just too much. I mean, you can do a little bit and get away with it, but they did way too much. So I have a video that is up about my thoughts on Star Trek Discovery. I'll put a link to it in the top right corner if you want to hear my thoughts about the show. So I know I'm probably on the more of the negative side towards Discovery, but I'm going to give the content in Star Trek Online its fair shake. I'm going to try to separate it, maybe from things, and try to give it a fair shake. Try to give it its fair due. You know, I'll play it and we'll see how it fits as part of the game. There's also a lot of other changes coming with this update, like the new mission layout and everything, and the removal of so many missions. If you haven't checked out my comparison of the new mission journal on Tribble versus Holodeck and what we're going to be getting in this Age of Discovery update, check out that video because it really shows you how they're changing the mission journal. They're removing many missions and in fact featured episode series that have been in the game previously. They're actually removing entire featured episode series from this game, which I'm also against. I don't want to see the removal of content. I don't think that makes sense. They've got a lot of good content in the game, and since it's free, why not just keep it all in there? Why remove content and make the game have less content? That would make it less appealing to some people, because maybe they like one of those storylines and that's what brought them into the game, and they really, you know, stayed in the game because of that storyline. I don't know, I'm just saying, when you remove content, you just have less opportunity for people to find something they like about the game. You know what I'm saying? So I've got mixed feelings on that too. Just some decisions they're making lately that I don't quite jive with. I've been in this game since it started, since open beta, and I've seen it change over time, and there's been decisions in the past, of course, I don't agree with as well, but the game's still going, and I guess that's a good thing. So we'll see where Age of Discovery takes us, where these updates take us, but I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, I understand and realize there's been a lack of videos on the channel, and I appreciate everybody who is still with me and has not unsubscribed, because I understand the feeling that if you don't get new videos, you feel like you have to unsubscribe. But for those that have remained, those that have stayed subscribed with me, those that are just waiting, I appreciate it, because I've always said, you know, sometimes these things can happen where I'll have a week or two where I just don't make new videos. Sometimes I just can't. Sometimes I need a break, and but I always will continue to cover Star Trek Online as long as it exists. So when these major updates come out, like this one's about to come out on October 9th, I will of course cover it. Definitely, and on and on and on. So even if there's these pauses between updates, just know that if there is a big update, I will be making new videos for that. So I appreciate everybody's patience as we explore what comes next in Star Trek Online. And this bridge, I like the coloring of it. Again, it doesn't fit with what we know of 23rd century, but it looks really cool. I like the look of it. And this view screen, or window, because I guess in the rebooted J.J. Abrams, they are windows, not view screens. Well, they're view screens, but they're mainly windows. You know, it's kind of up in the air exactly what they are. Now, I tend to think it's more than just a glass window, because think about it. They had transparent aluminum, transparent duranium, whatever materials the ship are made out of. It's probably a transparent metallic material. It's not glass, because obviously glass would not be able to withstand the forces of space and warp travel and everything else. So it's probably what the ship is made out of, just like an invisible or see-through part of that. So much more advanced than what we think of today. So when you say window, that's like a wide description of what it is, a wide general description. It's not glass window. It's window, but just means that the material it's made out of you can see through, which means it's not a weak point in the hull. It's not like an extra weak point in the hull. But yet it's something you can physically see out of without having to have a computer display an image or project an image onto something, which is what I like. I like the fact that it's a real see-through, quote, window. And that's what I like on my bridges and starships. So I like the window thing. I really do. And displaying, you know, the computer display onto the window three-dimensionally like they do is definitely what we would be doing in the future. You know, we can kind of do it now by projecting an image behind a mirror. They have, like, you know, images that are projected behind glass or behind mirrors, and they can do that now. But I mean, we're talking like, you know, in this time. Just way more advanced way of doing it. Totally 3D projected, maybe even holographic onto the material, which is really cool. So anyway, I like the window look, and I wish we saw that more in Starships, because a little tiny view screen just doesn't do it for me. But this makes sense to me, and it just feels really cool. I can just imagine standing here while the ship is at warp or something, traveling through space, just getting lost looking out the window. Anyway, that's the explorer in me. Well, thank you all for watching this video, and thank you for your understanding. And on October 9th, of course, with the Age of Discovery, we're going to get into that, and I'll do my standard what's new video to see what we can do with the update. You know, what you can click on, what episodes or missions you can play, how you would start the new tutorial to experience that, and anything else, what the new mission journal looks like, anything that's new. We will explore that in a video, and then I'll go and actually play the things. Then I'll go do the tutorial. I'll play through it, and we'll see what that's like together, and we'll, you know, get a feel for how good that is or not. And then we'll play the missions, of course. We'll play the missions in order and see what that's like. I'm probably going to have to end up playing or starting a new character to do that, is what I'm guessing. Probably would be the best way to experience it. I'll do it from that angle first, from a new character angle, and then I'll kind of explore the things from a level 65 character angle. Look at it in both angles. So anyway, that's what's coming, and you can expect all of that when it all hits on October 9th. We'll dive in together, and of course before that I'll probably post a news update as well, because there has been a lot more news in Star Trek Online, and I will be giving you the latest updates on the news up to the actual update itself on October 9th. And I'll probably do that at the beginning of next week so we can see what the latest news is. And then, of course, I will continue my Romulan playthrough, and I will continue my Jem'Hadar playthrough. So those are something I'm going to start, but I'll probably restart those, or not restart, but continue those toward the end of next week, probably, because I want to hit up all the Age of Discovery stuff first on the 9th, and then I'll start, after I get a couple of those videos out, then I will continue my Romulan and Jem'Hadar playthrough in Star Trek Online. How does that sound? That's the plan. So there you go. More stuff is coming. Just give me some time, and I will get that content out for you all. Hope you understand, and hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and thank you all for everything. You have made my channel what it is. Without you, I wouldn't have a channel. I wouldn't have the opportunity to show people Star Trek Online and other games as well, which I do plan to do in the future. 20,000 subscribers. I thank you all so much. Again, I can't do it without you guys, and it really means a lot to me, and I want to give back in some way. It's very difficult, like I said, because I only do this part-time, on my own time, free time, hobby time, which isn't much. But that's when I do this, and so I try to do the best I can. That's all I can say. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.